Hey everybody, welcome in. It is the Friday edition of the Doug Russell Television Show right here on sportsradio1250.com. I had a number of things on the radio show that I kind of wanted to touch base on. A huge sports weekend coming up. You've got the Kentucky Derby coming up tomorrow. The Kentucky Derby, I've been there a few times, and I haven't been there in a couple of years. Last time that I went was when Barbaro won the Derby, but the Derby is very interesting on a number of different levels. Number one, there are three different places that you can see the most amazing things in the world at the Kentucky Derby. Number one is Millionaires Row. That's where Donald Trump sits. That's where the celebrities sit. Jessica Simpson, that's where she goes. I've seen the Mannings. They go every year. Rick Pitino goes every year. Even O.J. Simpson went a couple of times. And, I mean, it's one celebrity after another. Jessica Alba has been to the Kentucky Derby. You name the celebrity, and they've been there at one point or another. Tommy Lee has been there, I've seen at the Derby, and that's for some great people watching. The rest of the great people watching at the Kentucky Derby is in the grandstand, and that's where you see all the crazy hats, and that's where you see everyone that isn't going to Millionaires Row, but they're not going to the third world country of Churchill Downs. And that's the infield. You will see the most debaucherous things you will ever see. It is the Sodom and Gomorrah of sports, and you will see some very, very interesting items that you don't think that you would ever see anywhere else. But regardless, enjoy the Derby if you do choose to do so. Because
Mr. Hot Stuff!
Because the Kentucky... Mr. Hot Stuff, is that who you're going for?
Yes, it is.
Apparently, Wicked is going for Mr. Hot Stuff for the Derby. I don't even care who wins the Derby. It's just a fun event to go to, certainly, and it's on my list of the top 20 things that every sports fan should experience at least once. And, you know, I think $20-$30 will get you into the infield if you want to go down there, but you have to plan it ahead of time to not pay $400 for your hotel room unless you want to drive back. And traffic after 125,000 fans get out of Churchill Downs can be a little gamey from time to time. Also, the big fight coming up on tomorrow night between Hatton and Pacquiao. Not a big fight fan myself, but we did have Burt Randolph Sugar on the program earlier today, and it's always a joy to talk to Burt, and he's got a new book coming out, a baseball book, interestingly enough, from the archives of the Hall of Fame. Speaking of baseball, I was supposed to be in the home run hitting contest yesterday, this celebrity media home run hitting contest. Let's face it, the only celebrity that was going to be there was going to be Ryan Braun, but unfortunately it got rained out, so I'll have to show my home run prowess some other time. But considering how sore I am from our first softball game in the media softball league the other night, I probably wouldn't have done very well. So now I got a little time to actually go to the batting cages and try to improve my swing a little bit before showing it off in front of the Brewers left fielder, who will probably giggle as much as the Energy Dancers did last year during the media basketball game at the Bradley Center. That was entertaining in and of itself. Probably more to them than it was to the wheezing reporters going up and down the floor. That'll do it for this edition of the Doug Russell Television Show right here on sportsradio1250.com. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you Monday morning starting at 5 on the Doug and Mike Show, cooked up by George Webb Restaurants right here on sportsradio1250.com and on 1250 WSSP Radio.
Doug Russell Show. Doug Russell Show. Doug Russell Show.